Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament Group Stage Play here on SpeedGaming. Tonight, we have a Group D matchup between HUmanMustard, who is currently 2-0 in group play, versus drjayphd, who's playing in their first matches of the tournament. Hi, everyone, it's L23, and calling the exciting action with me is Diesel Pilot. How are you doing this evening? Diesel Pilot is joining me on the commentary. How are you doing this evening?
I am doing great. Ready for yet another Mario Randomizer game.
All right, we are underway here, and we are starting, of course, with World 1, and Stage 1 happens to be first. Ooh, Dr. J falling into the... We've got Boss Bass on the very first stage. So in the first set of flags, the worlds are in their static positions, and the levels also are going to match up. However, there's might be a few shuffled up. Like you might see multiple forts in a world where you normally see just one fort. On the other hand, you might see a world that normally has 2 or 3 forts have maybe just one fort. And those switch in some places. So you may see that here. And we have 1-4 now on HUmanMustard's side. Dr. J trying to make sure he doesn't get swallowed up by Boss Bass here. And, oh no, falls!
As you were able to see for World 1-4, World 1-4 is usually a auto-scroller level, but with the randomizer settings, what we do is we actually disable the auto-scrolling feature, so you can run as fast as you can on all but just a couple of the levels. One that you might see that will still keep that auto-scroller is 5-9, which just has to keep it to work, and possibly the Atlantis beta level in the second round of streams.
Also, another auto scroller that is not turned off are the coin heavens. So, with the exception of 3-7, generally you're not going to see runners go for the coin heaven. Unfortunately, Dr. J's had a rough go here at 1-1, got swallowed up by Boss Bass. HUmanMustard now at 1-3.
It looks like we have a little bit of some sprite shenanigans on his 1-3 level, but he's making his way past the patooey plants, which are being trolly and awkward.
Yeah, these are not the most pleasant enemies to deal with, because when there's patooey plants, there's also nippers.
And some of those nippers are the volcano nippers. Looks like HUmanMustard's going to go ahead and go for the item in World 1-3.
Might as well here. They have that. We have a runaway at Chain Chomp here, but HUmanMustard is not going to take any damage, so we're going to find out. Oh, Dr. J falling into the pit in 1-4. It's a leaf. Not bad.
And Dr. J is going to end up taking the Five Brothers, Hammer Brothers stage here and does a nice little maneuver jumping around to avoid the hits of the Five Brothers, gets himself a star.
Yep, not bad there for HUmanMustard, but Dr. J in a little bit of a pickle here. He's down to his last life, so if he game overs, he's going to have to do 1-1 in the Boss Bass again. And with a mushroom in hand, it's going to be, oh, and the Fire Chomp is going to send him back to the start of the world. You hate to see it, folks.
But it is still early in the race, so you never know what could happen.
That is true that it is early in the race, Diesel Pilot, but when you're going up against a runner like HUmanMustard, you can't give him that kind of margin of error to work with.
Agreed. HUmanMustard has done pretty well for himself. Last year, he actually swept his round in the group stage and was still able to advance into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, he's poised to try to do that again this year in 2020 as HUmanMustard takes down Larry Koopa, and we'll be moving on to World 2.
So Dr. J does clear 1-1 again. He's back into 1-4.
This time with a fire suit. Should be a much better attempt here for Dr. J. We're going to find out what our first item from Princess Toadstool is going to be. And behind the letter, we have got a Hammer Brothers suit. That's nice. Wow, somehow Dr. J avoiding that fire snake at the end.
That was going to be trolly otherwise. Good shot, sliding in just far enough to get into the.
Definitely HUmanMustard in the quicksand level, and we've got the pesky cheap to deal with, but not a problem for Diesel Pilot, or rather HUmanMustard Diesel Pilot.
And Dr. J goes and damage boosts through the 1-5 set of enemies on that initial slope. And he's making his way over to, looks like he's going to take his Koopa shell and take care of the plants down at the.
Meanwhile, HUmanMustard plays the end card game for the first time, but no match, the board goes back. And interesting, we have 6F3, aka the carpet fort, here in World 2, which means we are not going to see this fort in World 6.
And as I understand, there's a good chance that, does that correct? Am I correct? That means that World 6 will only have 2 forts with this flag?
At most 2 forts, you are correct. Could be 1 still, you never know. Dr. J right now in 1-3. HUmanMustard going up against Boom Boom here in 6F3. No problem at all. He is done with this one.
And Dr. J goes and starts to snipe the Batui plants with that fire flower. And he's going to go ahead and leave the level with through the regular state.
Here's the natural World 2 fort. And HUmanMustard decided to use the star. And probably a good thing he did. We have a lot of hotfoots on the ground.
They were keeping the place warm, and he manages to get rid of them and makes quick work of the whole thing and through the swamp.
Oh, Dr. J must have lost an input there. So back to the start of 1-6 he goes. Still has 4 lives left. But HUmanMustard teared apart this World 2 here, and Boom Boom had no chance.
I would say HUmanMustard is putting on a clinic tonight.
So far, so good. He's been playing very, very well here. And now taking a look at the decisions here. Yeah, take that pipe. And you see that? There's a third fort here in World 2. A red-colored fort. And this is 5F2.
5F2.
Wow,
Yes.
so that is not going to be there either. Holy Toledo. 3 forts here in World 2. That is crazy.
And platforming it like a boss, making his way through that maze of opponents.
Yeah, 5F2 is one of those stages you want to just keep on moving. That is the best strat, typically, from what we see runners do in races, so they're not getting hit by anything. And HUmanMustard, another Boom Boom in the books for him. Dr. J takes care of the Hammer Brother. He's now on the World 1 airship.
And with this flag, the World 1 airship is the World 1 airship. Once again, all the auto scrollers are removed. So he'll end up doing this and then facing off against Larry in a moment.
Ooh, and HUmanMustard finds a fire flower in that Hammer Brother stage and picks up a star as well. And now he's going to go into the World 2 airship. Dr. J taking on Larry. And there he goes.
Larry goes down, and Dr. J is advancing to World 2. And HUmanMustard here is about to take. Looks like he's got his fire flower to take out Salty Morton.
Yep, unfortunately for the Koopaling fans, Morton was not very salty this time, went down to just 2 hits. Dr. J will get his Hammer Bro suit.
And we'll get checked to see what our next letter gift will be from the princess. Oh, got some Frog Mario popping up on the screen there.
It was an anchor. I would have laughed if it would have been a frog suit right then and there. It could be a frog suit because that anchor could be anything, but if we get multiple anchors, it's always going to be the same item. We're not going to know what it is until the runners try to use it.
Nice little randomizer feature there, especially since in this flag set, I don't know if you saw that on Dr. J. They had a cheat sheet try to snipe him right at the end of the desert stage.
I did see that.
That nice little jump at the end to clear it and grab the card.
Yep, very nicely done there. Now Dr. J makes his way into the carpet fort, and HUmanMustard done with 3-1, completes his 3 cards, gets a 1-up. Now, generally, runners are going to want to try to avoid getting 3 of a kind because you go through a nice fireworks animation. While it looks nice and cool and all, it takes a long time. And Dr. J having some problems here getting that mushroom, but does manage to get it. Usually, runners will only get the 3 of a kind if they are running low on lives. HUmanMustard getting 3 matches here. And he gets a 4th one as he finds the mushroom. Now he needs to find that 4th one, but no match there. Not a bad run at the cards, though, for HUmanMustard. And we have a music box, a leaf, P-Wing, it looks like, and I didn't see the 4th one in time. Oh, and that carpet boo just snuck right in on Dr. J, and back to start he goes.
And the carpet fort has some interesting mechanics. With those ghosts, you can stay on the one where there's the power up. You can stay as close to that edge and not get hit by the ghost. But anywhere else on it, and Mario's going to take.
HUmanMustard on 3-5 right now, and just about ready to wrap things up through that jump, and he's finished with that one. Dr. J, ooh, the disco waffles. Taking him back to small Mario. Now going to have to really make a mad dash against. Oh, died in the same spot as HUmanMustard now in 3-7.
It's an unfortunate hit. Just a bad luck there with just how the game decided to randomly pull the ghost up.
And HUmanMustard not opting to go to Coin Heaven to maybe get an item. Considering his inventory, I don't blame him at this point. 3-7 is one of those stages where you might go for the item early, if it's early enough in the race. But if it's kind of in the midpoint, like right now, it's a less favorable play.
And with, like you said, with his current inventory list that he's got, really no need to worry about trying to add in some more items unless there's something that he's particularly.
It's been a rough. Yep, this is 3F2 where HUmanMustard's in, but this has been a rough go at the carpet fort for Dr. J. Very difficult fort if you don't have enough of the resources here.
And the flooded fort that HUmanMustard is playing right now is another fun stage. It allows you to do some very precise swimming maneuvers to get through those boos.
Nice maneuvering there by Dr. J.
Yeah.
Oof.
He's got that dry bones that he's got to watch out for in case it comes back his way, just like it did. But he takes care of it with ease, and he's on to Boom Boom.
Meanwhile, HUmanMustard just picked up a Jugum Cloud from the Hammer Brothers stage right there. So if there's any undesirable stages, he can definitely avoid them. Like, say, 5-9.
5-9, taking all the time that it needs. And the second one.
The rich getting rich here, Diesel.
No doubt about it. He's gonna be able to use that if he decides to later on in the game. And frankly, I would definitely take the opportunity in these races, take every advantage.
HUmanMustard trying to find the right pipe, but it looks like you're going to have to play through a couple more stages, HUmanMustard, if you want to get to Wendy's Castle. Next up, 3-6. Dr. J currently in the World 2 fort.
3-6, another another stage that has been de-auto-scrolled, which allows you to go through it much faster, and also lets you do some of those little tricks, especially taking out the fire chomp in order to get a little boost on your way past.
All right, so HUmanMustard completes 3-6, completes another set of cards, and now back to the end card game for HUmanMustard with a flower. There's a match.
I wouldn't be surprised if he can clear it, but I think he's got enough information to clear this one.
He needs to find the 4th flower. Oh, that's a star. Should be able to clear the board. There's the star. There's the flower, and a complete hand there for HUmanMustard. Nicely done. The board is complete.
Well done there. Now he's on to 3-8, and he's. It looks like. Oh, there he goes. Selects the cloud, and he's going to bypass 3-8. Not a.
Yep. And Dr. J going a little bit too far while grabbing that star and slides off the bridge.
That fort is always one that can give you trouble with it. Even experienced runners can have a rough day if things just aren't right. We got
Time
the
to
World
find out
3
how
airship.
strong Wendy is. One hit. Ooh, thick Wendy.
Oh,
2 hits is not
she's
enough.
got
3 hits.
3 hits.
Yeah, definitely had a few baconators in her belly right there. That could have gotten a little ugly, but HUmanMustard, perfect fight.
Outstanding, and he will be moving on shortly here to World 4. Meanwhile, Dr. J is working on his the World 5 Fort 2.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Is on third. Why? I don't know, and I don't care.
Third base. Oh, wait, no, that's our shortstop.
Yes, that's right. I don't care is our shortstop. As we move on to World 4 now, and HUmanMustard are going to take this pipe. Let's see what the map looks like. Well, we're going to have to build a bridge.
In our earlier match, the bridge was actually built by the fort that was on the starting island for this world. Made it a very jetty World 4 seed, but we don't have that fort there. We'll
That doesn't
see what
happen
we.
very often. 4-2 is up next for HUmanMustard. Meanwhile, Dr. J and the World 2 airship. Zeroing absolutely right. Yeah, today's the pitcher, tomorrow's the catching, and the right fielder's name is never mentioned in that skit, believe it or not. Dr. J now up against the not-so-salty Morton Koopa, and World 2 complete now for Dr. J.
All in all, I would have to say he's still doing a whole lot better than I've ever done.
And HUmanMustard finds a coin ship. He'll have to complete it in order to move on in the map, and just has to take down these two Boomerang brothers. Very good job there, using the tail to take them down. And the prize, ooh, a hammer.
Nice prize. That's going to be very worthwhile. Never try.
Yeah, absolutely. As Dr. J gets his hammer from the princess, and we're now moving on to 4-6.
So I think Dr. J was hoping that he'd get a flower or a leaf, but the star from that little trench in 3-1 is going to expire before he ever gets a chance to take advantage of it.
You must have to be careful here. One more enemy left to deal with, and using the large Koopa shell to knock out the other Koopa. Well played there for HUmanMustard. Dr. J does find a fire flower behind that question block, and HUmanMustard now in 4F2.
Both of our World 4 forts featuring Hot Feet in their vanilla version, and this one does not disappoint in our randomizer version.
Right you are there, Diesel Pilot. Dr. J now going to have to make his way to pick that lock. I don't believe he's got a hammer. I think the hammer that HUmanMustard got from the Hammer Brothers series, I think that's the first hammer we've seen so far in this race.
His Starman jumps making me a little bit scared. I was thinking he was trying to jump onto the spinner just as it was getting ready to take off again. But he does jump onto the following ledge and gets his way through, grabs his card, and he's on his way out.
HUmanMustard, a nice maneuver to avoid damage from the thwomp there. Is able to get the fire kill on the Boom Boom. Nicely played for F1, especially when you take the top route. It is faster, but definitely more dangerous of the two, because taking the bottom route, even though it's slower, you do get a power up, and it's generally much easier than dealing with the gauntlet and the upstairs.
Dr. J here now in the World 3 door 6.
There's that frog suit that HUmanMustard wanted to see, and we get the flash of it on the screen. Dr. J now in 3F1, and HUmanMustard back to the cards again, and now just doesn't want to play. He feels he's got enough inventory, but it was in his way, so he had to go through it. So whenever you see runners do that, that means they feel they have enough to get by the rest of the seed.
And HUmanMustard goes and builds up his P speed so he can get some distance on those jumps and clear out through Iggy's air.
Yeah, Iggy with the wonky hitbox here. 2 hits is not enough. 3 hits, that's not enough. 4 hits, oh, the maximum 5 HP
Iggy
Iggy
has been
Koopa.
hit in the weight room.
Yeah, and does not lose his firepower. Nicely done there for HUmanMustard. He'll be moving on to World 5.
And Dr. J decides to play 3/8 that HUmanMustard skipped and didn't have any trouble with it. Moves right on through, collects a 1-up, and he's on his way to the next stage. He'll go into looks.
Yeah, he's going to have to beat 3F2. Yes, because you got to get through that pipe. He's got to play this fort here. HUmanMustard, the next item is a mushroom. It does look like a 1-up because of the palette that's used in the letter, but that really is just a mushroom, as you can see in HUmanMustard's inventory, as we are now in 5F1. Remember, we're not going to see 5F2 here because that was the 3rd fortress in World 2.
Indeed, he's takes a couple of hits going through, back down to Small Mario, but with the help of a star, looks like he'll manage to make his way right on into the Boom Boom Room.
Yeah, this should be no trouble at all for HUmanMustard here. Even though, as difficult as 5F1 is, luckily the Boom Boom fight doesn't have any of those blocks to make the fight a little bit tricky.
Indeed, and Dr. J is moving through the World 3 flooded fort, and he's not having any trouble, it looks like, with the carpet ghosts, and makes his way right on through the precision swimming stage, and he's into Boom Boom, and he'll take a firepower defeat of Boom Boom.
HUmanMustard picking up a music box, which is probably going to come in handy in World 7, but he's got plenty of music boxes from the end card game as he finds the pipe that's going to take him to the second part of World 5. However, looks like he's not going to play it yet.
Instead, deciding to take 5-2, which shouldn't be too big of a problem, but can be risky. That does have this stage that starts off with a very long drop and down into the sewers if you don't get the music blocks.
Yeah, and it's definitely the tougher of the 2 routes because you have those enemies that are throwing ice blocks at you, and it's not a pleasant experience. Of course, in the randomizer, it could be any kind of enemy. Here's the Wendy fight for Dr. J, and there's 1 hit of this. Oh, and didn't anticipate the earthquake, and Dr. J is in trouble.
He was stun locked for a moment. He's able to get out of it and clear Wendy.
That was a close call. See, HUmanMustard wanted to take the Paradox pipe. That was a shorter path. So now he's already at the World 5 airship with Fireflower in hand to take on Roy.
And so he's moving along through very quickly. That was a very jetty World 5. Looks like he could end up coming down about 3 minutes worth of time there.
Nice fire kill of Roy there for HUmanMustard, and he is done with World 5. As Dr. J makes his way into World 4, the letter gives a Fire Flower to Dr. J, so he is 2 worlds behind. So I think at this point, anything, of course, could still happen, but I think it's going to take one heck of a World 8 for Dr. J to make the comeback here.
I agree. But as we said before, don't count anybody out. But these Sledge Brothers stun locking you with a Small Mario on the Water Hammer Brothers stage is a brutal game to have to do.
Oh, definitely. But he does take him down, and Dr. J's reward, if he could get there, swimming in this is Small Mario, is not pleasant. He's trying to find a power, finds nothing, gets a mushroom. HUmanMustard gets a star out of his Hammer Brothers stage. By the way, the letter for World 5 contained a Tanuki suit. Wow. Are you kidding me?
World 6 really just didn't care today. He is already at the airship with that pipe skip.
My goodness gracious. That's one of the fastest World 6s you will ever see in the randomizer.
And since he's already with this Fire Flower, he's just going to skip that one and move right on into Lemmy's Circus and 1 hit.
By the way, raise your hand if you thought Lemmy was going to be a shrimp. My hand's up.
I probably go ahead and put mine up too.
Generally, when I do commentary, Lemmy has very low HP. Not always. And when that's the case, we call him the jumbo shrimp.
Yeah, you're making me want some sushi now.
Oh yeah, I could go for some seafood myself. Oh, somebody's cat was being on that keyboard again. And it looks
Yes,
like
I didn't get
another
the.
anchor. Wow.
So I haven't noticed. Did we discover what the anchor was just yet, or
I
is it
don't believe any.
still
Nope.
undetermined?
It has not been used yet. And considering HUmanMustard the way he's playing this, I don't think we're ever going to find out what it is. But HUmanMustard making a good call, knowing he's in World 7, uses the P-Wing because you got to get up there in Fort Knox to that pipe. And the only way you can do that is if you have some kind of device that's got a tail, be it a P-Wing, a leaf, or a Tanuki suit.
It looks like Dr. Jade has decided that he wants to build up a few extra lives, grabs a smattering of coins in the coin.
Yep, takes down the Hammer Brothers, gets his P-Wing, and HUmanMustard now in Piranha Alley, 7-7. Piranha Run, that's also been called that too.
Oh, Piranha anything, it's a long stage of munchers, and it's not fun if you're not able to duck because you happen to be Frog Mario. You got to go ahead and take a hit on that.
Yep, that's right. And HUmanMustard made that 7-7 look easy. Now, there actually is a secret door where you saw all those silver coins on Dr. J's side in 4F2, but definitely not advisable in a race situation. When I was a kid, I'd always take that path because there were a bunch of coins, one-ups, and whatnot when you got past the. Oh, man, Dr. J. What
Boom
is going
Boom
on here
started.
with this Boom Boom?
Boom Boom
He's
started out
drunk.
that fight with a weird move.
I don't believe it. How Dr.
That was
J
wild.
survived that fight, I'll never know. But GG to him. HUmanMustard did 7-2.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That alone was worth the price of admission.
Man, I hope somebody clipped that one. That was a crazy fight. Go home, Boom Boom. You're drunk.
Whew. Had my blood pressure up and everything.
Mine too. Dr. J gonna take the top path himself. HUmanMustard gonna hope that pipe leads into happiness, and well, it does. He just has to get through. Unfortunately, well, he could use the hammer, but he's going to hold off on it. He is going to go ahead and play 7F2. He wants to save a hammer perhaps for World 8.
Well, he had the hammer, but he also was still stuck on that stage. So
Oh,
he
that's
on
right.
that square with the force.
He has
So
no
he
Jukum
still needs
Clouds
to play
left.
it.
Good observation there, Diesel Pilot. He could have used the hammer, but he does not have a Jukum Cloud, so he is going to have to play this stage anyway.
And once again, he is making a clinic of the stage. Gets right on through it.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to plow through. It doesn't matter if he takes any damage. Dr. J now in the World 4 airship. Here's the Boom Boom fight for HUmanMustard. One more hit, got him.
Boom Boom was not nearly as cruel as Dr. J's Boom Boom was just a moment ago. And with this down, let's see if he uses a music box. Yes, to silence a piranha, and he's on to the airship after spinning a mushroom or a flower.
All right, 7F2, but takes some damage there and gets a leaf instead. So I believe, and I could be wrong about this. I think we've only seen one earthquake. I do believe we're going to see a earthquake Ludwig von Koopa here.
I believe you're right, and we'll find out. We'll find out our hits here in a moment.
But yep, earthquake Luddy confirmed. Look out, HUmanMustard. Oh, he's in trouble. There's 2. There's 3. 3's not enough. Look out. 4. Got him. And by the way, that fireflower that you thought HUmanMustard used, that actually turned out to be our anchor. Anchor is the fireflower.
Okay, so that's what that was. All right. Thank you, chat, for the.
All right, now we're not going to know what item HUmanMustard gets, but in the randomizer, Bowser does give an item, but you can't see it unless you check your inventory. That's something that Fred added to the randomizer, because normally in the vanilla game, you don't get any item.
Lots of pipes on our opening screen for World 8.
All right, Chad, predict how many bridges it is going to take to build the path to Bowser's castle. All right, so World 8 Fortress right now for HUmanMustard. I believe 3 is an option. I've never seen a 3-bridge option myself. GamerCal claimed he saw a 4-bridger, but I've been debunked by that theory that there's no such thing, but who knows? Any event, HUmanMustard, taking a lot of damage. He's going to have to 2-cycle this one. Dr. J in World 5, this appears to be, I believe, whoa, look out, Dr. J.
Almost missing the star off the cloud there, but he did just pick it up, and it's going to be good because lack of 2 coming into this level is going to give you grief no matter what. It is possible to get
Nice.
through it.
5-8, and I thought for sure he was going to get picked off by that Lakitu here because he really throws his spiny shells very, very fast. But Dr. J was able to get through it, and HUmanMustard now in the Navy.
And I won't be singing the song for you, but I will say he's cleared it already with that boom boom hit, so he is moving right along. We'll see if that's enough here. And
Indeed, we will find out if that does enough. Doesn't get grabbed by the hand stage, but there's another one, and this time he does get grabbed. So this is the fun one of the 3 hand stages, the one with all the coins.
so Dr. J just took the hit in the coin ship with the Boomerang Brothers, but it was after collecting a load of coins. So he's going to just go ahead and scoot on up to the top of World 5, and he's now in 5-5.
And HUmanMustard checking this pipe out, and that's not it. HUmanMustard being a little bit indecisive in his choices here, but little as you know, he's got quite the lead. He's going to use this hammer, and it's going to show him another pipe. If there are no bridges here, this is going to be a really, really good play. And there was a bridge, but it was to the left side. So HUmanMustard in the clear. So if you said 1 bridge, you were right.
And he's going to go ahead and take it out with style with the frog suit.
Yep, the good old classic maneuver that was first inspired, popularized, whatever you want to call it. I think Mitch Flower Power was the one. There might have been some other ones before him, but I always think of Mitch Flower Power.
That was the first person I saw actually really trying to make a move out.
Let's see if HUmanMustard can get through the whole thing with Frog Suit and Tank. No, sir. That Disco Waffle said, not today. Oh, and HUmanMustard
Takes a hit.
I believe that's the first time he has fallen in this entire race. He had been perfect until then.
And I don't believe you can cloud through Bowser's castle.
I just think he wanted to use his entire inventory just to show off. He wants to use his Hammer Brothers suit, and now he's going to try for the clips. He's going for the clips. I love it. So he's going to try to get this clip here, which will take him to another part of this stage. Then he'll do another clip, which I think takes him to Bowser.
It's been a long time since I've seen this part of the stage.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's the first time I've seen it this season.
These clips are they're kind of a random number generator in their own right, in the fact that you really don't have that much control over them. You can get the technique that will get you there, but unless it wants to give it to you, and he's through.
Yep, now he is in the basement, but he still has to be careful because remember, we've randomized the fireballs, we've randomized those statues, and chances are we're probably going to see HUmanMustard getting picked off because this is normally the top route that HUmanMustard's taken. And the top route is more dangerous typically, but let's face it, both routes are dangerous. And no laser this time, so hi, Bowser, and bye, Bowser.
Bye, Bowser.
Get your GGs out for HUmanMustard. He takes home game number 1, and that's the 3rd victory in group play for HUmanMustard.
GG to HUmanMustard with official SRL time number 17.
Yeah, that's a very, very good time there for HUmanMustard. He played really, really well. only had the one death in Bowser's Castle, he was on fire.
Absolutely. He put this seed to rest for sure. And excited to see more of them. Since we do have the second set of flags coming up in a few minutes, shortly after we complete the
And it looks like Dr. J is going to try and finish up the seed here.
Absolutely. You might as well. No matter what the situation is, I always appreciate somebody who, if their heart's in it, yeah, go ahead, absolutely, and just make a workout.
Dr. J just finished 5-3. That star really helping him out, finishing off that level. Question, why is there only one ending quote? That would be a really good question to ask the creator about, our creator, Fred Coughlin.
Honestly, I hadn't considered that so far with this. But I do appreciate the shout out to Airplane.
Yep, great movie, one of the best comedies out there. Ooh, Dr. J trying to use the cannonballs to get over that platform, but fell a little short. Now Dr. J going to have to be really careful against Roy.
Gets a little spin off of Roy's back, but he
Ooh, that was a close one.
Save it. Nice save there.
Beautiful save there for Dr. J.
Yet another Airplane quote.
Yep. I'm doing everything I can, Diesel Pilot, and stop calling me Shirley.
I don't know.
Unfortunately for Dr. J, that was not the right pipe. He may go back and check the other one. We know that this was a lightning fast World 6 when HUmanMustard played it. Dr. J now in 6F2, the Ice Fort.
He's managing to do it, just making his way right on through it.
Able to sneak underneath.
And if that star, oh yeah, he'll manage to take that star through, and that'll take him quite a way through. Gets a lot of distance with that.
Alright, gonna have to be careful with this boom boom fight here on the ice. Let's see how he does. There's one hit. Look out! Ooh, that was close. He was off balance.
I was worried we were going to have another one of those. Actually, could have been exciting again with Boom Boom on the caffeine.
It very well could have been, Diesel, but Dr. J is able to take down Boom Boom and gonna play this for 2, 6F1.
Not going to go and decides not to go and take the cooked mushrooms. And it's going to ride the lip the rest of the way. Yeah. And Dry Bones decides to just go and walk right off the candlestick. And he does a little bit of fancy walking out onto.
Just let the mushroom come to you. Dr. J well on his way. There's a Firefly. Let's see if he can get it without getting picked off by these Rotodiscs, the true name.
Nice.
Gotta get underneath. He made it.
Nice moves getting through there. Let's see if we got a star here for this one. Oh, nope, kind of right on through.
I'm just gonna cash in his chips, use the Firefly to take down Boom Boom. Not a problem for Dr. J.
Making it look easy, making it look easy. So he has 6-7 now. Another level that has was originally with the auto scroller.
Dr. J with the fire suit, if he's able to get through the end, you could blast away those ice blocks and get some more free coins. I always loved doing that as a kid, but I would never have fire flower. I'd always get hit right here.
Oh, yeah. Always,
because there's a fire chop there normally.
Although I always really appreciated having the tail on that one so that I could not have that daring little fall through with the donut lifts. I could always just be a little bit careful. Now 6'9" or 6'10", he's going to go for 6'9".
Ah, 6'9". More difficult of the two. Yeah, he's gonna try and show off his gameplay here. Watch out for Big Bertha. Nice shot.
Oh yeah, he goes ahead and snipes Big Bertha and see if he does the Blueprint Nanny. Let's the Blueprint Nanny go today. And it looks like we got some trying to make a mess of things, but they're gonna. Oh, does he get it? Because if he hits that switch block, that will turn the munchers into coins, and there they go. Makes easy work of those.
I never knew about that until the randomizer came to be.
Apparently, there's also a mechanic. If you hit the munchers with the raccoon tail, they'll turn into an unbreakable block.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, there's a strat, you can actually do the same thing in 6'10". This one I didn't know about either. But 6'10", as you know, there's a P block, and there's also a pipe that is guarded by munchers. There's actually a secret pipe there. I actually never knew about that until the randomizer began a couple years ago.
All these years, and the game is still revealing secrets to us.
That's pretty cool. Dr. J gonna play off against these Sledgehammer brothers. Easy fight.
Makes quick work of them. Grabs his.
Meanwhile, HUmanMustard showcasing his Frog Mario skills again before the start of race number 2. And Dr. J playing all the difficult stages here. Here's 6'6".
Nobody's favorite is.
Yeah. 6'6" is everybody's favorite level. Said nobody ever. Oh.
It's
knockout.
It's a favorite for the Jugum Cloud.
Right. It is a favorite for the Jugum Cloud.
And the star is just.
Yeah, but the star is going to be elusive. So Dr. J's going to have to play this a little bit cool, and this is going to get dicey because we have a gauntlet coming up. How difficult it's going to be, we're going to find out shortly. But now Dr. J's going to have to get past Big Bertha again.
Bertha.
Well, good news. Good news,
Nice.
it was just plain piranha plants, thankfully. But it's not out of the woods yet.
He still has those little hits again. And possibly the Cheep Cheeps jumping around back and forth. None there this time.
I think he
So he's
killed
able
the
to
Cheep
get on.
Cheep.
Oh, I didn't see that. But possibly.
Because I want to say the Cheep Cheep's always there. I could be wrong. Oh, look at the swag HUmanMustard's trying to do, and he does it with the frog suit. Unbelievable.
Holds his Koopa shell until it comes back, and then just kicks it away. Says bye-bye.
Yeah, that was impressive. Dr. J now in 6'1". Oh boy, and more boss pass.
You don't need best boss bash. Just hit something high, let them go to the back of the screen, and run for the cloud. Run for the card.
Yep. And 6'1" done for Dr. J. He will move on to, looks like, 6'3". See, this is normally what the airships look like in the vanilla game. You see the auto-scroll that HUmanMustard's in right now.
And it becomes quite apparent why they also get turned off in a situation where you're trying to race.
Especially the World 4 airship, where it moves very slowly, and the World 7 airship that's horrifyingly long. smooth there.
Moves. Gets clear.
All right, HUmanMustard with the Larry Koopa completion, and Dr. J's final pick, 6-4.
6-4 has these spinners that I hate in this little section that always lags.
And you always thought that CV2 was a game known for lag. He ain't seen nothing yet. I love this phrase on HUmanMustard's side. Oh me, oh my, you've been transformed. Shall I change you back with this wand? Heck no.
I'm having a blast like this.
Right.
And the squash.
It was always frustrating trying to complete an airship as Frogmore, and I'd always get hit by the Koopa.
Those can be tough battles when he's trying to jump like that and they're trying to jump like they jump. Oh, HUmanMustard doing the frog Koopa strat again so that he can just run and dash through the level.
Dr. J now in the World 6 airship. He'll be delighted to know that Lemmy Koopa was rolled to his minimum.
I think everybody is delighted to see that when it happens.
Yeah, it's no fun playing the circus balls one. But Dr. J's got Lemmy down, and he'll be moving on to World 7. And HUmanMustard, I don't think he wanted that triple star.
Either that or he's just having fun showing off.
Well, it could be too. I don't know if he's doing an actual speedrun or if he's just doing an exhibition, but he's now in the World 2 Fortress.
So as we move on into World 7 with Dr. J, he goes and takes the 7-7, so he'll be doing the Prana... The Prana
Run, the Muncher Run. I think there's a zillion different names for this stage.
As long as he can keep going the same direction that the Starman goes when he gets the hit on the box. Another fun game mechanic is that if you hit the box on the right side, on the bottom right, it will go the opposite direction, it'll go to your left. And then, of course, hit it on the bottom left or towards the center, it'll go to the right. But that can throw you off, especially in this level. It will send the star back, and you won't be able to actually make it without taking a couple of hits.
I tell you what, good intuition on Dr. J's part. He's opting not to do Fort Knox, and he's going to be right because it breaks the Muncher lock that you see on top. Dr. J in 7-2 now. He's on the right track.
Building his note block bridge, as it were, to get on down. He'll take a little swim in a moment. He's not going to take any chances with this note block bridge.
Yeah, you just never know. You lose that input, you're just going to go back and have to do it again anyways.
And going ahead and just zapping everything you can with that fire flower. Might as well.
It's a nice thing to have on a stage like 7-2. This time, HUmanMustard able to avoid the 3 of a kind.
So now that he's cleared 7-2, he's checking this, decides not to take 7-6.
Yeah, we know there's a better way. Let's see if Dr. J can find that pipe. He's found it. Oh, but he's playing this stage. He didn't need to play this stage.
I was a little surprised, but might just not have might have just seen something off to the side and in that quick time noticed that it was just another pipe.
That could be. old tunnel vision. As long as there's no boss bass, Dr. J should be alright, but man, a lot of fire chomps in this stage. That is not pleasant either.
Either the tail or the fire suit would be in good demand right now. You can take care of pretty much all of them.
Dr. J having a little trouble making this jump. Look out for that fire snake! Holy smokes!
Came
That
out
ambush
of
came out of
nowhere.
nowhere. And where did that fire chomp come from? Jeez Louise, they're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Dr. J.
I think it was already there from before, and it's back.
It was coming.
They just say, no, we want to hang out and play.
Man, that is hilarious. All right, Dr. J just needs to build this bridge, go back, and I'm sure there it is. Oh, and Dr. J a little bit too slow there. He's gonna have to be very careful on this last part. And we have another fire snake. Look out! Oh man, nice shot though.
Get rid of it. Kill it with that ice block.
Well, he's not out of the woods yet. Because I think there's still another fire chomp somewhere, but I think he may have despawned him. I don't know. Watch out. Ready for anything here, Mr. Diesel Pilot. Look out. He's got it. Nice job, Dr. J. That was an adventure and a half.
It keeps it interesting for sure.
It sure does. It sure does.
Now we got that done, we'll go and do our last fort, the Piranha Fort.
Yeah, the Piranha Fort, 7F2, the Fort of Doom. A lot of nicknames for it. The fort that nobody likes.
Fort Y.
Ooh, I like that name. Fort Y. Why, game? Why do I have to play this fort? Because you don't have a Jugum Clown and you don't have a hammer. That's why you gotta play this fort.
Oh, that's why.
Oh man, Dr. J, look out now.
Oh.
Trying to get a little bit frisky with that jump there and just missed the mark.
Take a Starman to take some iframes right on in. Not quite far enough back to not allow those Piranha Plants fireballs to despawn, but manages to make the jumps anyway. Now
Dr. J doing his little aerobics here, trying to find the right spot. No, that just wasn't gonna work. See, Dr. J has the opposite problem that HUmanMustard had. Dr. J had the Jugum Cloud, but no hammer. HUmanMustard had the hammer, but no Jugum Cloud. And Dr. J, he may be throwing the white flag here.
Yeah, I'm seeing that in the discussion. Yeah, he has.
Yeah, tough break there for Dr. J. He gave it a good shot after HUmanMustard had completed his run, but I think Dr. J is like, let's just go on to the next race. I don't want to be dealing with 7F2, so can't say I blame him.
Not at all. He did a wonderful race going through it anyways, and it's definitely congratulate him on his performance.
Yeah, but we still have another race coming up. Flag set number 2 between HUmanMustard and Dr. J.
So somebody needs to tell HUmanMustard that we're ready to go to the next one.
All right, you are.
Busy trying.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer Tournament here on Speed Gaming. LOZ Cards Fan 23 here with Diesel Pilot as we begin game number 2 between HUmanMustard and Dr. J. So now we're going to change things up. We have flag set 2. What's that all about?
Well, flag set 2. So, as flag set 1, we had all the worlds in order. All the stage numbers were their same. In flag set 2, all that changes. Worlds will be random ordered. The stages will be, well, nothing that you recognize by their number.
And that's right. And people in chat predict what our first world is going to be here in this match. I'm going to say World 5.
World 5, that's a good number. I'm going to go with World 6. I'll outbid you by.
That's a good one. Yes, that is a good one. We'll see if anybody gets this one right here. This race is just about to begin between HUmanMustard and Dr. J. HUmanMustard took the first game of this match, and that he has 3 wins so far in group play. He is looking for his 4th. Dr. J looking to end his winning streak here. We'll see what happens as this race is about to begin very shortly.
So they got their seed set, and it's World 5. Good job. Congratulations, Oz.
Thank you very much. We are starting with Fort Knox because that's going to be my prize because I love gold.
There's lots of it in Fort Knox. Unfortunately, it also means that our small Mario contenders are going to have to start out by building themselves.
Yes, indeed, because we need some kind of flying device. But by going to Big Mario, we can break these blocks. I'd always grab as many coins as I could in these 200 seconds, but our runners are not going to do that. What they want to do is go through that door into this pipe, wait for the blocks to turn back into coins, and then grab this Tanuki suit that'll enable them to complete Fort Knox.
So HUmanMustard gets the first. Oh,
I don't think Dr. J meant to do that, but he goes down for the ride and grabs a lot of coins. So he'll have to go back and try again.
Now that block up there to his left, and the vanilla has. Oh no, it's not going to be the vanilla. In the vanilla game, that will always be your leaf for Raccoon Mario, but in the randomizer, it can be anything. The Tanuki suit will always be the Tanuki suit, however.
No, I want to say it's always a fire flower. In the vanilla game, that is a fire flower. So I want to say that it's programmed to never be a leaf. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that particular question block is always programmed to be a fire flower. HUmanMustard does pick up the hammer from the Hammer Brothers scene there.
Okay, I could be wrong. It's been many years since I've done the vanilla.
I wonder if it could also be a star or a one-up. I know for sure it can't be a leaf. I've never seen it be a leaf because I don't think Fred has it designed that way. We have a P-Wing on human side of the board. Dr. J, was not in the right position. He's going to have to try again.
Looks like he has it now. He's going straight up, gets the pipe. And so he'll be facing off against Boom Boom. But HUmanMustard's already in the World 6 airship.
Missed input there. An early miscue there on HUmanMustard. Remember in the first race, he didn't have one of those until Bowser's Castle. So a little bit of a letdown, as they say, if we were bowling. But this isn't bowling. This is a Super Mario 3 randomizer. HUmanMustard will try it again, though.
Oh, indeed, he gets right on back up and starts making his way through all the.
But I'll tell you what, Dr. J has gained some ground. He's in the World 6 airship as well. So in spite of the problems he had in Fort Knox, Dr. J very much alive in this one.
And he's got that Tanuki, so he doesn't have to be. He can show off the statue power. HUmanMustard does pick up the wand from Roy.
Yep, HUmanMustard done. Now, I think what might have happened is I think Dr. J used a hammer. Remember, there was a hammer. I want to say HUmanMustard saved his hammer, and it looks like Dr. J used it.
And that could end up being a big deal later on.
Indeed. Our item from Princess Toadstool is going to be a leaf. And World 6, already we see 2 forts. Now, if there are fewer than 3 forts, you're going to see multiple panel 10s. You can see, I believe, up to 3 panel 10s. And everybody in chat, if you're a subscriber to Nest Cardinality, let's see those commands. Nice, a star there. If HUmanMustard can hurry up here, he's going to be able to get a star kill on Boom Boom. Can he do it?
Looks
yes,
like
sir.
He's got it. Yes, nice moves, making it happen.
All right, Dr. J now in 1-1.
1-1 with the Angry Sun. Let's see if the Angry Sun does decide to go and do its magic in the second half of the stage. However, it's stuck at the lower levels.
Dr. J, I don't know if he wanted to grab that fire flower, but he's going to have to make do with it now. Can he get through without getting picked off? Yes, he can.
Nice moves right on through there, and he gets his card, gets on out. HUmanMustard gets his card just a few seconds later and steps on through. And Dr. J already in the Navy.
Yes, you can sail the 7 seas. Dr. J, there's a star for HUmanMustard. Dr. J taking down the large-sized cannonball. You don't see that every day of the week here. Nice stage there for Dr. J.
Gets right on through, gets his fire kill off of Boom Boom, and he is gone. And Boom Boom's ships had done.
Unfortunately, bad news for Dr. J. He has to go back and play that fort. He was hoping that 4F1 maybe not required, maybe gain a little edge on HUmanMustard. Not to be.
HUmanMustard picking up the card game.
Looking to match up some pairs here. He's going to find the fire flower, so there's one item. Oh, there's a mushroom. That's
Yeah, it's
two
the second
items.
item.
Ooh, close, but no cigar with the coins. But does pick up a Jugum Cloud and a music box.
Both
Ooh,
of
now
them would be very valuable items in the randomizer. With the ability
HUmanMustard using his hammer to check the pipe, and it turns out, well, he's going to go for the Hammer Brothers. Turns out that's going to help him out.
it's
And
kind of
there's the
like where
lot
he needs to
picked.
go.
And wants to hold
Not a
on to
bad,
his fire.
absolutely not a bad call at all. He, especially since he has another Hammer Brothers right next door.
Well,
Sorry,
Diesel, we
I'm
have
looking at the
our
wrong screen.
first of the beta stages. This is the 3.9 beta. And Dr. J, he's going to try to be all he can be in the Army.
He's knocking down some of the rocky wrenches pretty quickly too, taking
Yep.
his opportunities to knock down some of the Koopa numbers.
Now, panel 4 has 2-5 for HUmanMustard, a pretty simple stage here. And once he completes that, he should be on his way to World 2's airship, whatever it might be. Dr. J gets a frog suit by completing the Army stage.
And he's got yet another Hammer Brothers stage he's going to be able to take down with this with his firepower if he can get under there. There he goes.
Ooh, and we have the World 7 airship for HUmanMustard, so this is going to be a real test here, but I think he can pull it off as Dr. J is now into 4F2. And remember, this is the stage in race number 1 where we had that really crazy acting boom boom.
Right, that one was the one that made everybody kind of a little bit wondering what did Boom Boom have for lunch.
One hit wasn't enough, but no matter, HUmanMustard fire kills the Lemmy Koopa, and he'll move on to the next world.
With Boom Boom down, Lock goes. He decides to go ahead and play the Hammer Brother, even though he didn't have to. Gets a music box, and Mega Man is all about that bass. Sorry, Trevor.
Right, you are. And the item this time, an anchor. What could it be? Last time it was a fire flower. We'll see what it is. Maybe. And we have a panel 10 on World 3, which is something you normally don't see. That means there's only one fort this time around, Diesel.
And with only one fort in play, that means the map may be a little bit simpler. Maybe not. It could be blocked up by stages that those clouds could end up getting used.
HUmanMustard taking no chances here in 7-8. He's going to take the pipe, which is a shortcut. They're not even going to bother checking the question block. He's on Raccoon Mario, so he's in pretty good shape. Does take some damage from the Koopa Troopas, but is able to complete 7-8. Not a problem at all. Dr. J currently in the 3.9 beta. Look out for those fire snakes. Look out for those Paragoombas.
Making some jumps right in between them, and
Oh!
almost had it.
It's a good
Just
effort there.
I think the lag may have gone.
Yeah, and HUmanMustard now in 5F2, the Lava Fort or the Sky Fort. Dr. J was hoping for a power-up. Now he's got to get past this fire snake. Should be able to do it. Just take your time. Nice job.
No need to rush the fire snakes. They'll move away and move around you as long as you just let them do.
And HUmanMustard done with 5F2, the only fort that should break that lock. And there's the end card game. So back to the cards for HUmanMustard. Let's see if he can find some more matches. No match on this first turn. There's the 10. Does he remember where it is? Yes. But no more matches. Let's see what the 10 coin gave him. It's a Hammer Brothers suit.
So the 10 coin is a Hammer Brothers suit in this seed.
Oh, and Dr. J getting a little bit too close to that mini Goomba pile driver. Tough break. HUmanMustard finding a hand stage. It's the Hammer Bro Bonanza, and we have stars. So every one of our hand stages will give us stars.
Not the best prize for the hand stage, but at least it's something and you can put them to use.
Yeah, not the best, but certainly not the worst either. As we find 1-2 plus Boss Bass here on human side. Dr. J completes his cards, avoids the triple. And we'll move on to the airship.
So here we are with Lenny or Ledwig's airship, and we didn't see what his hit count was taken earlier because we had the fire kill before.
1-6 now on HUmanMustard's side. There's also a beta version of 1-6 that just came out. Oh, and HUmanMustard misses out on the star and finds another star, which he doesn't want. Go figure. Dr. J picking up the leaf here in the World 7 airship here in World 2. And HUmanMustard able to avoid the 3 of a kind, up to 5 lives now.
So HUmanMustard is speeding his way through World 3. And now we have Lemmy tosses a double ball.
Ooh, he's got a little bit of strength here. 2 hits is not enough. And Dr. J not in a very good spot. It's a normal 3-hit Lemmy.
3-hit Lemmy. So I may have said Ludwig before. 3-hit Lemmy. But the balls were doing some weird things. They're definitely in the circus.
Absolutely. As HUmanMustard picks up another star. We've seen a lot of stars in this one so far. Checking this pipe. Is this the right pipe? No.
Not this time.
But it does look like he has a clear path. It's just eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one takes us to the end? Dr. J picks up his anchor. No, it's got to be this one by process of elimination.
Here we go.
Time to take on Wendy O. Koopa, and we have the World 2 airship.
And with HUmanMustard having the his tail is raccoon power, he's going to make quick work of just jumping over instead of having to go through the platforming stage on the bottom.
Wendy is stick again.
Ooh,
2 hits is not enough. 3 is not enough. 4, man, plenty of baconators for Wendy. A 4-hit, thick earthquake variety. That's the kind of Wendy's I like to see in racing.
Dr. J is fighting Boss Bass now, too.
Hey, needs to go into that pipe.
There we go.
Oh, goes right in between the bridge cracks and into the choppers.
So he decides to, this time, takes a star with him on in. That will get him some distance on in. And World 1.
Yep, with 2 forts, no red fort this time around. Sometimes we like to see the red fort. It'll come up in World 1, and we saw one in World 2 in the first one. Oh, Dr. J making the same mistake again. He's going to have to be careful because we still have Boss Bass looming here. And Dr. J, look out for those Koopas. Oh, that's a breakaway. He's going to make it. Nice job, Dr. J.
Nice move. Go ahead, get the boom jump off the top of the Koopa shell and make your way through. Now, if we have a hammer, he won't use it for HUmanMustard.
He knows this is the one that's going to do it. We have super tanks. Ooh, a little bit sloppy there for HUmanMustard, going smack dab in the middle of that rocky wrench, but he should be all right.
They miss an input, but he gets his way to boom boom. And Dr. J in the 5F2 is taking his time with the Potaboom Ace. Doesn't want to take a hit, especially at the moment. And those things will come down and snipe you when you're not even thinking they're there.
All right, HUmanMustard back to the cards here. He's going to try and complete the board here. Let's see how he does. 1 up. I don't think we've seen that yet. Oh, but he gets lucky. Nice match.
Dr. J got sniped by Boom Boom at the end of the 5F2.
All right. just a few more cards left to go. And
And
nice
he's
job.
free.
No mistakes. HUmanMustard completes the board and picks up a hammer and a star.
Going on into World 1 Fortress. Will he collect the item or will he fight Boom Boom?
He's going to collect
Looks
the
like
item.
he
He
goes
might
for
as
the
well.
item.
He's got the tail, and it's a Jugum Cloud. Nice pickup.
Hammer
It's a
Brother fight goes no problems at all. Dr. J takes the Boom Boom fight after the difficulty the first time and makes his way on into one of the hand stages.
Yep, we'd seen that on HUmanMustard side. We have the World 3 airship this time around for HUmanMustard. Now, I neglected to mention this at the beginning of the race, but going back to Fort Knox, that question block, that is fixed. It's always going to be a fire flower, never a leaf, never anything else.
All right, thanks. I wasn't aware of that.
And look at HUmanMustard, another earthquake, and it's the full 5 hits this time. So
Larry is
anything
not
you could do,
around.
I could do better. Larry with all the Baconators.
So at the end of the fourth world, we're looking at about a 1650-minute pickup for the wand. That is quite a moving on for HUmanMustard.
Indeed. The good old Dire Straits parody. I want my SMB. And it's a leaf this time, another leaf. I believe that's 2 we've seen from Princess Toadstool in this race so far. And Dr. J is in a little bit of a precarious spot. He's only got 1 extra life left. Gonna have to really tread cautiously. As HUmanMustard beginning World 5 at 6F3. Carpet Fort.
So with the game mechanics for the running out of lives, players run out of lives. All of the numbered stages will respawn. You'll have to play them again. The fort stages will stay as they are, defeated. Anything that has a boom boom. So that includes not just the forts, but also the super tanks, the Navy, the Air Force. But with his position on the map, he does not want to have to go back.
No, he does get a 1-up by completing his 3 cards. So he's got 2 extra lives. We have World 4 as World 5 that HUmanMustard's in right now. He's checking the map here to see what his options are. And it looks like that fort is on his mind as Dr. J picks up a hammer. This is the 1-5 beta stage, which is not nearly as pleasant as the real 1-5 for 2 reasons. 1, no coin heaven. 2, no power-ups. That's right, no power-ups to be found here in 1-5 beta.
Does manage to get, does a nice double kill on those piranha plants.
That was an excellent 1-5 beta there for HUmanMustard. He made that look easy. Dr. J in the cheap. Oh, and I think the cheap just took his momentum and it sends him into lava. What a tough break.
The cheap hit that was a bad hitbox hit too. I thought he had it, but the game decided.
6F2, another World 6 fort. HUmanMustard in the ice forts. So that really decreases our chances of seeing a World 6 fort in World 8. We still have 6F1 to go. Dr. J gets his star. Here's the boom boom fight for HUmanMustard. 1 more hit. Got him.
Bye Bim Bim. Making the ice fort look easy. That's a difficult battle, and with the ice mechanics, the running friction.
HUmanMustard sees the cards. I've got to imagine this time he's going to bypass it. There's a 1-up for HUmanMustard and picks up another Jugum Cloud.
He's collecting them now. He may not have to do too many more regular stages.
He's not even going to play the cards. He's going to intentionally miss here so he can move on to the next level. Here's the Wendy fight. The Dr. J, good luck with this one. We need 4 hits. There's 2.
Ooh.
Oh, and he mistimed the jump. Now he's going to have to deal with the rings.
Hits.
Hurry up. Got him.
4 hits.
Or should I say, got her.
Got her.
Nice fight.
HUmanMustard in the World 1 airship so that he can face off against Roy here in a moment. Or
There's the
no,
Iggy.
sorry, Iggy. Yep, we
See,
were in World
you do
6.
the same thing I do sometimes. I look at the world number. You got to look at the map. That was the World
Map number,
4
right.
map. It's a 3-hitter.
That's right. The Koopa Kids are based on what world map you were based on in this seed. And the world number doesn't mean anything.
All right, Dr. J now in the Super Tanks level. HUmanMustard's about to get another letter from Princess Toadstool. Let's see. Oh, and we saw that happen on HUmanMustard's side. Dr. J getting a little bit too up close and personal with Rocky Wrench. Fire Flower for HUmanMustard.
So this time he'll go and take a star on into Rocky Wrench, and Rocky Wrench goes down very quickly with that in play. And he's off into the Boom Boom fight.
Simultaneous boom boom
Mustard,
fights, might I add.
indeed, with HUmanMustard taking on the Door 6 Fort from World 3. And simultaneous catches.
How about that, Apples? I love it. 3F1 complete. I'm telling you, I'm still waiting for Fred to randomize the doors.
That would be the day.
That'd be cool. Here's the pyramid stage, and HUmanMustard going to use one of his valuable Jugum clouds to just bypass and move on to the fort. We have the World 5 airship.
Dr. J is looking over his item and decides to take a leaf on into this upstairs fort or upstairs oasis level, and I think he may decide to go ahead and yes, he's going to go and clear it from the top, skipping all the lower level business and avoiding a cheap that decided to say hello. HUmanMustard.
I would always take this path myself, the more easier path where you don't have to deal with the Boomerang brothers and whatnot. Of course, those are shuffled in the randomizer, so they could be those dreaded fire bros. So nice job there. Speaking of nice job, HUmanMustard, had a nice fire kill, and Dr. J clearing that sledgehammer bro. He tried to snipe him there, but nice job there for Dr. J. Another leaf. That's the third leaf that Princess Toadstool has given away in this seed.
So she's definitely saying something. She's saying, hey, Mario, why don't you come on down in your raccoon suit?
There you go. That's exactly my thoughts right there, Diesel, is we're trying to find the way out of this World 7. Let's see if this pipe takes him to the promised land. Nope, it takes him to the dead end troll pipe with the view.
The unpromised land.
Exactly. Feeling lonely, HUmanMustard? You're going to have to find a different pipe. Try again. Dr. J gets a star. Oh, he found it. Does he have a hammer? Yes.
And does he have a music box? Yes, he does.
Wow, man. He came prepared, ladies and gentlemen. So we have the World 4 airship and Ludwig von Koopa. Should not be an earthquake variety. We've already seen the two in Wendy and Larry. Dr. J, though.
Well, I think is the high jumping variety still in play?
I believe so. He's usually a high jumper anyways, and there's a star, which won't help him take it down, but it's going to make the fight a little easier.
There goes high jumping Ludwig.
3 hits, 3 hits.
3 hits.
Dr. J working on Larry, and he's down to his last life, so he's got to nail this, which he does. Nice job.
Nice hit. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Dr. J go ahead and decide to reset his lives in the next level. That might not be a bad play.
All right, time for World 8 now. I mean, HUmanMustard's absolutely cruising through the seed yet again. If it rolls right, he could sub 30 this one.
And yes, chat, you're asking about sub 30, and I'd say it's in play.
All right, quickly predict how many bridges is going to take to build the path to Bowser's castle.
We have a 4-0-4-2.
All right. We see a fort, which could come into play. I don't see any locks yet. Well, there's 2 locks, so we know it's going to be no more than 2. Dr. J completes that level, so he'll be moving on to the next one.
HUmanMustard showing how to platform with the Air Force here.
I think with that, we've seen all 4 branches of the military in this seed.
I believe you are right, and we have our Boom Boom fight. Not going to be simultaneous this time.
Nope. Dr. J has a little bit left to go here, and he's got the fire sword, so if he can hold on to it, it'll be a nice quick kill here in the ice fort.
He's got a stage that is marked as the Air Force stage there. That would not be the Air Force stage, though. That'll
Nope,
be randomized to another fort.
Correct. And
Jay,
no
rather
path.
trolling fight, but manages to take it out. And even though Boom Boom sprouted his wings, he set him down.
I think we're going to see some bridges here. Well, there's another lock.
There's the third one. So that would take our bridge down to 3?
1.
I'm sorry, down to 1. Yeah, we've had 3 locks.
Oh, and Dr. J takes a game over and has to play the panel stages over again. HUmanMustard, meanwhile, into the World 8 fort.
Fortunately, I believe Dr. J had collapsed the fortress, so he should be all right as far as his progress. I don't think he'll actually have lost too much progress.
No. Looking at the locks here, it's looking likely. Just looking at the map, one bridge seems to be likely here, Diesel.
All right, so we'll find out here in a moment. Possibly when we see what blows up with this hit. Oh wait, no, we're on the wrong screen. We need the hand stage screen to really know.
But that lock didn't pick, so that's actually a good sign for HUmanMustard. But he's going to play the super tank level, which turns out to be the World 2 fort.
And we got Hot Feet and Booze trying to make our hero not have a good day.
Not at all. HUmanMustard, let's see if he can keep this Hammer Brothers suit the entire World 8. I mean, that would be absolutely fabulous if he could do that.
That would definitely be worthy of some accolades and make some nice jumps to keep it over those spikes. Bye-bye, Boom.
J 7-5 again. Yeah, bye-bye, Boom Boom. Yeah, just a hammer or 2, and boom, he's gone. Now, that took care of that lock, which could be the pipe that takes us to Bowser's Castle. Is it? Yes, and a bridge is required. My suspicions were correct on that. We had only seen the 3 locks. Yep. I was just putting 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 together there. So if you said 1 bridge, you were correct.
Come forward and collect your prize.
Yes, indeedy. So now he's going to have to play this fort, and it's 5F1. That means no World 6 fort today.
Making some isn't able to keep the hammer suit all the way to Bowser's Castle.
He'll have to use another one. Whatever will HUmanMustard do?
I guess he'll just have to use another one.
Right, you are. So, yeah, this one is going to build the bridge because we've already seen the other ones because we had the Air Force and we had a couple of other forts as well.
Right. Okay. So that by process of elimination, we should shortly here see.
Yeah, unfortunately, no sub 30 for HUmanMustard, but a time of the 31 is definitely possible. Oh, he's going frog again. He's doing it again.
That's why he was practicing.
Yes. Except you can't really practice this castle when you're playing vanilla. That's the problem. Dr. J now in the Iggy fight in World 5. Oh, and there is that wonky hitbox coming into play, and Dr. J's in trouble.
But he gets underneath it, takes the jumps, and realizes that the best solution is to go underneath it. Iggy's high jumps and manages to successfully get that last hit on him.
HUmanMustard still keeping that frog suit.
Even decides to pass up on the power.
Ooh,
Oh,
oh, that was a close call. But HUmanMustard is going to just play it slowly because he wants to approach it at the right angle so he doesn't fall down the pit. But Dr. J is done with World 5. He's on to World 6. HUmanMustard will be taking the bottom path. So far, so good. Laser. Ooh, 2 lasers. Oh, thank God the 4th one and the 5th one weren't active, but there's still 1 more left.
and those fireballs are gonna that one's gonna respawn.
I didn't know they could do that. HUmanMustard, look out for those pair fireballs. So far, so good. But here comes that statue. No laser beams. He has a chance for a frog Mario kill.
Here we go. Here's Bowser.
Right you are.
And got a few more jumps to make.
He's just got to be careful that. All right. Very good.
I mean, I would say don't get fancy, but you're already fighting Bowser in the frog.
All right, let's see what HUmanMustard's next strategy is. Going for the door strats once again. This is looking dicey. Oh, can't quite do it. Too bad. But he is going to finish this one off.
And it looks like with
yes.
Go ahead.
Get your GGs out for HUmanMustard. 4-0 now in Group D. Man, what a display he had this evening.
Certainly an awesome show of Mario talent with this randomizer, and our official SRL time is going to be 32 minutes, 19 seconds.
And that was a two very good runs for HUmanMustard. Nearly had the dream frog kill, but Bowser wasn't having any of it tonight.
Right, you are just that last jump he had. The fireball and Bowser's jump both just were a little bit not in the right position for him to be able to get through it the way the jumping works, but he did finish it off with success. And now we're watching Dr. J play 7-2 with the Boss Bass and leaves Boss Bass up on the upper level.
Yeah, nicely done there, dodging the fireballs from the piranha plants and not getting swallowed up by Boss Bass. Yeah, well played there for Dr. J. Please make sure you give both of our runners, HUmanMustard and Dr. J PhD, a follow. Playing very, very well tonight. Dr. J just about done here with World 6. Just has to take care of the Sledgehammer Brothers and play the airship. There's a Tanuki suit, something we haven't seen very often tonight.
Tanukis have been sparse, so I'm glad to see. Maybe we'll get another shot at the Statue Mario strats.
Oh, but Dr. J getting hit by the cannonball, they'll have to try it again. I have a funny feeling that Tanuki is becoming an endangered species in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, it doesn't really have that much. Well, it really doesn't bring much more to the fight than the regular Raccoon Mario. And the statue, there's not many opportunities to really use it to your advantage in a speed run.
All right, here comes the saltiest Koopa on the planet. A normal 3-hitter there, and Dr. J takes him down.
Morton and Dr. J does a little bit of a jump just for a little bit of flair at the one. And on into World 7 in the vanilla position, but not with the vanilla content.
Nope, not this time. Instead, we have 4-4.
So those Lakitu spinies will still reach down and touch someone even down that far underneath the stage, and they don't mess around. They will It'll ruin your day no matter how deep you try to go. So don't try to do like a submarine and fall underneath them. Oh, whoa, almost getting sniped. And probably not a bad idea also to go ahead and pick a 5 up with the threat of running out of lives, especially depending on how trolly World 7.
Yeah, certainly indeed. Dr. J trying to find the correct pipe. He's in the right place. He is going to come across the pipe with a view, though. No, he's actually going to miss it
Oh, that's the
completely.
right one. So he's going to have
Problem is,
to
Dr.
play a
J,
fort.
he has no hammer, so he has to play one of these forts. We'll see if 6F1 is the right one. So that's where the other World 6 fort was, here in 7.
And with a long, slow lift, but at least it's typically a safe
Well,
ride. Oh,
you
a
got to
disco
time
waffle.
it right, though, because those disco waffles are still in play, but Dr. J can get a power up back if he's careful. Let's see what we have. Mushroom. Okay, good.
And let's see if we can pull a star. Not yet, but we can do that fancy. Oh, doesn't get the fancy maneuver again this time through the disco. Ooh,
And
take this.
now he's back to small. Well, he might get something out of this block, but still going to have to be careful. What do we have? There's the star, but it's going the wrong way for
Oh,
him. Ah, that's
and
unfortunate.
let's see the flare with the frog suit.
That'll be
I
easier
like it.
said than done with the Potobos coming after him. Now he's going to do the damage boost. The
And
old,
damage.
oh, and this is not going to work
Oh,
because he
that's a,
mistimed his jump.
and that's a 5 block tall
He's going to
ledge
try
right
it
there.
again.
So,
And Dr. J does have a hammer. I guess he's saving it for World 8, which actually isn't bad because remember, there was a lock guarding the pipe to Bowser's castle.
so let's go ahead and hey, got to do what you got to do, and everything is a trade-off in these races.
Well, Dr. J is once again down to small Mario here. Well, I can see why he took the triple star this time. Yeah, he had a hunch, right? He's gonna get his mushroom back.
And he's
He's gonna try
got it.
again with the flyer flower. And this time he's gonna get it, but can he keep it?
Oh yeah, he's got it.
Yes. And he's gonna go
He's
for the
got,
star kill. Yes. He's gonna get it too.
got it.
Well, if you
Oh,
don't miss the door, Dr. J, nice job. He
he's
got him.
got it. There we go. Good job, Dr. J.
All right, so let's see if that is the correct fort. Yes, it is. So he just has to play panel 9, and he'll be on his way. 1-5, the real 1-5 this time.
So we got some bombs guarding the initial slope, and we got a little bit of a trolley Paragoomba there.
Yeah, Paragumas are no fun. I don't care how you look at it, but no matter. Dr. J's through 1-5, and he'll be ready to take on the World 7 airship, which happens to be, I believe, what do we have left? In World 1, I think?
I
Well,
actually
I
didn't
take
take
that
notes.
back. Dr. J is
Oh,
going
he's
to
still
play
got
the
the Dipper.
Piranha stage. He's going to play the Piranha stage.
In the Nipper stage, so far, he's managing to get through onto the. Oh, not
Wow. Talk about a close shave. What is he going to get? Ooh, a hammer.
not bad at all. Everybody loves a hammer.
That's right. It was the
Oh,
World
this
4
is
airship.
4 airship. And since we were in the map for World 7, this will still be Ludwig, who was
Correct.
high jumpy, if I recall.
Yep. High jumping and vanilla HP.
All right, so we got 3 hits, high jumps, and Just a couple of those jets to get through.
Yeah, the flame jets can be difficult to get through sometimes. I believe this was a star, if I remember right. Yeah.
So we'll take that on in and at least be immune to the bad hitbox for a little bit.
But it sometimes makes landing on the hitbox tougher with the star. But Dr. J, clean fight there. Nice job.
Indeed. Snags the last wand of the day, and he is on to World 8.
All right, I'll tell you what, if Dr. J plays the fort first, he has a chance to have a faster World 8 than HUmanMustard because his World 8 was about 7 minutes, HUmanMustard's was.
That's right. He just a couple of course, it's difficult to tell. Yeah, actually, almost impossible to tell what you're going to need to defeat to clear out World 8.
Well, we call World 8 the Great Equalizer because no lead is safe. Here is the coin hand stage. I believe with that, I believe Dr. J's played them all.
Believe you're right. He does have. We did see plenty of stars going through his inventory, so we got one more to finish it.
All right, let's see if Dr. J plays the fort. Oh, he's going to skip it too. And, you can't fault him. You want to see if you can get the dream World 8. But little does Dr. J know, he's going to have to play it out. But he is going to play out the Air Force, which, again, is not going to be what will help him progress. But, it's one more puzzle piece out of the play.
And he's taking it easy going through there, and not taking any slack off a Rocky Wrench. No need to do that either. No need to take any chances on them. Just let them toss the hardware and get out of the way.
Look out for that wrench.
That's right, because they stay on the screen. They'll stay on the screen for a very long portion. In the vanilla with the auto scrollers, I remember some of them. Seems like they went almost the whole stage before they finally clear.
Oh, yeah. No problem with boom boom there for Dr. J.
And fortunately, none of that nonsense with the boom boom on whatever he was.
Right. Now,
I really hope somebody clipped that.
yeah, I hope so too. And here's the World 8 fort. So this is practically the same path that HUmanMustard took.
Which I definitely understand the choice in when you're starting out from the beginning of World 8 and trying to figure out what your path's going to be.
Yeah, I bet you didn't know about those diagonal moving thwomps.
Those scared me as a kid.
Yeah, because I believe this is the only stage that has them. Or does Bowser's Castle have them? I forget. I think they might.
Is it in that little section down at the bottom
Yes.
that we saw
Yes,
earlier?
where you saw
Okay,
where you saw HUmanMustard do the clip.
right. Okay, so that would be why I don't remember that much as a kid, but I believe I've seen it. Still, just want to look at them and say, "Hey guys, what were you thinking when you built this into the game?"
Uh, they probably weren't thinking, but not a problem for Dr. J. That was a good boom boom fight, and he'll be moving on. Remember, he's got a couple of hammers, so he could break the lock if he really wanted to. But he's going to check the pipe. That pipe's not going to be it.
Yep, that just takes them to another portion of the spotlight stage.
Yep, now he sees that fort, and he's still not going to take it.
You know, it's really tempting too. It's just kind of dangling out there, like, come on.
Oh, he's going to
Oh
take that
no,
pipe, and I know where that pipe's going to take him because I don't believe we saw that on HUmanMustard's side. That's going to take him to another pipe where you saw
that's
panel 2.
right. That's was that. Oh, okay. I was thinking that was the one that would go to. Oh yeah, it goes up to the top
Correct.
portion there. Okay. I
Yes.
was thinking it was the one that goes up to the because there was that lock that was on the wrong side. Correct? Was that right?
Right. Yep. Hey, I tell you what. Here's something you don't see in Randomizer very often: an angry sun where it's supposed to be. I don't see it in this stage often.
All right, everybody, get out your Freds.
Right. Let's see. Yep, we were map making correctly there, Diesel.
Oh, it can be hard to remember. Keep it all straight.
Yeah, that's another reason why World 8 can cause problems. If you're not marking your things properly, if you don't remember where the pipes take you, you can get lost and lose valuable seconds. Dr. J
And
is forgetting, well, this is going to break the lock, and he's going to see the bad news that once he goes to that pipe on the right, he's going to see that bridge. He's going to see that bridge.
and then he'll realize it was that fort the whole time.
Yep.
But he'll get through it with
Yeah.
just a couple of stages. Please take out the dry bones before you try to mess with that.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think he wanted to see that one up. He wanted to see something better. But Dr. J, he'll be able to clear this. Watch out for that hot foot.
That hot foot is in a that he was hiding off the edge of the screen. Could have been easy.
All right. Boom, boom. Cleared on Dr. J's side. That's going to pick the lock. He's going to go to that pipe and he's going to see the bad news.
And yeah, Chad, I know the Angry Sun was vanilla, and I believe the boss pass was also vanilla.
Yeah. Yep. Dr. J sees the bad news, so he knows he has to go back, clear that fort. Now to get back there, let's see if he remembers. He does.
So with the rolled 5 fort about to get finished up, or really
Not the
just that, and then
Yep, just has to complete this. Bowser's castle will be open and he'll be able to complete this seed. Gonna have to be a little more careful now. Who just able to survive that
get
thwomp.
it going. Yes.
Should be able to
And
complete this no problem at all. One more to go. He got him.
there we go. Yeah, yeah. I love seeing playing with Thwomp though. Love the flair like that. So now it's just do we remember? Okay, here we go. We're off to the screen with Bowser's Castle, and see what we got to take him down. Going for the P-wing.
Looks like he does not have a hammer suit to his credit, so he's going to use the P-Wing instead, which is definitely a great choice because that'll enable you to get past the lasers, but you got to get through these disco waffles. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Matter of always got to be watching out. Those things will get you. They don't. And and the world
There we go. That's the
takes
clip.
a moment. There, all right.
All right. Top path or bottom path for Dr. J? He's going for the top path.
And we
Let's see.
are
No
0 for
lasers
3.
yet,
0.
which means one thing. Laser at the end. Calling it right now. Laser at the end. No lasers, period. You don't see that every day.
No lasers, and he's going in as Small Mario should not be a problem, though.
As long as he
We all know
stays
how this
inside
goes.
the hitbox, but he has to. But you do have to stay out of the hitbox. There's another thing you have to stay out of. That's the line of fire.
That's right.
As I was
Oh,
saying.
as you were saying. All right. So let's try something else. We got a Tanuki suit. Let's do that.
That'd be an interesting finish.
And just fly it. Runs right on by the statue's laser beams. Oh yeah, given
Nice
the
try, but
hot
unfortunately
foot
that
to the
will
slip.
not. Yep, those don't kill the hot foots.
And it looks like he's going to go do the same route since he knows what that one looks like. No harm in taking it and using the same random shots on the re-randomized fireballs.
And people say the top path is harder. This is a pretty easy top path. All
And
right, take two.
Now he's got Tanuki. Let's see if he can keep the Tanuki suit through this.
He's doing it the traditional way. He's not staying inside Bowser's hitbox as you normally would do. He's trying it the old-fashioned way before people knew about Bowser's hitbox.
That was the only way that I ever knew how to play while I still had
Same
all
here,
my
Diesel
original
Pilot.
hardware.
Yepers, same here. All right, one more ought to do it.
Here we go.
Nice job. A
And
Tanuki win for
yeah,
Dr. J. Get your GGs out.
GG to Dr. J with the Tanuki suit win. And an official SRL time, looking like here, of 52:17.
All right, with that, HUmanMustard moves to 4-0 in Group D. Dr. J, these were his first two matches, so he's currently 0-2. But there's still a couple more matches left to go for HUmanMustard, and he could go 6-0 and sweep Group D, but we'll see if it comes to fruition. Dr. J still very much alive in his group also.
Indeed, and we're still actually very early on in the group stages. I was looking around at the results earlier, and of the with the 11 groups and 6 matches total per stage, we still have over 40 stages left to do, or over 40 matches to go, and that's counting the 2 seeds as one match.
Yeah, that's a lot of stages. So we have a lot of exciting Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer tournament action coming your way on the SpeedGaming family of channels. Currently, we have one race slated for tomorrow night. No channel scheduled as of yet, but at 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, Charlie Boy versus Dave Lindo. I suppose it's technically today if you're on the East Coast because tomorrow is here, but it is going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern. Matty J 316 on the commentary. Charlie Boy versus Dave Lindo. Should be a good one.
And Friday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Magoo's Adorable versus Heraduck 64. And once again, we don't have a channel set up for that one either, but they will be playing that on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Absolutely. So I think with that, I don't believe we're going to have an interview with either one of our contestants tonight. I don't see them here. So I believe we should be good to go for the evening.
Well, it's definitely been a pleasure working with you, Laws. You
Absolutely.
have a good...
Likewise, Diesel Pilot. It's great doing commentary with you, and a lot of commentary, a lot of exciting races coming up in the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer tournament. Should be exciting. So with that, on behalf of our two runners, HUmanMustard and Dr. JPHD, on behalf of my commentator partner Diesel Pilot, for Feasel and everybody here on the SpeedGaming family of networks, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Have yourselves a great evening. We will see you again tomorrow night.
And I'm Diesel Pilot. I'll be around tomorrow night. Have a great time. Thank you, everybody. GG.